What's going on, y'all? We got a lot to talk about in Vegas sports tonight, so I hope y'all are ready. It's the Jersey the King Show, live on Fuel Sports Network. It's time to get this show started the right way. Let go. What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday night to you all. Welcome into the Jersey the King Show, live on Fuel Sports Network. I am your host, Kevin Jersey the King Wumble. You know how it goes. You can't have a Thursday night without the JTK Show right here on Fuel Sports Network. And if you haven't already, go ahead and download the Fuel Sports Network channel and app on your Roku and Amazon TV and devices. That's the Roku stick, the Amazon Fire Stick, Roku TV, and Amazon TV as well. And you can watch us live right now on fuelsportsnetwork.com. Go check out the website, check out our news articles. It's got some interesting stuff on there from our writers. We've got our audio shows on there as well, and so much more. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight and being here with me. We got a lot to talk about, man. Aces news, Aviators news, Raiders news, um, Lights FC news, and we are also going to be talking about Power Slap, PFL, because there's a playoff. The final playoff card is tomorrow, and we've got UNLV Sports right here. Number one place to get it will now be the JTK Show. We're covering all UNLV sports. So let's get into it the right day. What's going on, everybody? How is your Thursday night going? To everyone watching via Fuel Sports Network or any social media platform, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, or X. And you can also follow Fuel on the following social media platforms. Subscribe at YouTube or subscribe on YouTube at Fuel Sports Network. Follow on Facebook at Fuel Sports Network. Follow on X at Fuel Sports Net, all lowercase, and follow on IG at Fuel Sports Network. You already know, y'all. You already know. It's showtime, though, baby. It's definitely showtime. And how we always do it when we get ready for the show. Make sure you not only follow Fuel, but follow the Jersey the King Show socials at the following. That's X at the Jersey the King Show, or excuse me, the JCK Show. On Facebook, you can follow at the Jersey the King Show. On IG, it's at JTK Show, and on YouTube, it is at the Jersey the King Show, where you can go and subscribe. Now, let's jump right into it. Man, since the Olympics, our aces have not been playing the best, and especially on defense. So, got some highlights to show y'all, but as well, I just want to let you guys know we went 1-3. If you haven't been paying attention, excuse me, 1-2 in the last 3 games, and we have a 3-game road trip coming up. We did beat the Sparks, but we did lose to New York the game before that, and we just lost to Minnesota yesterday. And we have a back-to-back against Minnesota coming up Friday, tomorrow, at 6:30 p.m., and it is in Minnesota. So that's a 3-game road trip already. After coming off a loss and 2 losses out of the last 3 games since we've returned from the Olympics. So tonight, or excuse me, tomorrow night is a very important game. Gabriel Garcia, OG Double G, my dog, my brother from another mother, and my co-host over at the Gridiron on Saturday mornings. Saturday morning Pacific Standard Time at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Eastern on the East Coast, 12 noon Central, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. What's going on, brother? I hope you're having a great night, man. Welcome into the show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, this is what we're looking at. We got some tough games. We've got Minnesota again. We've also got the Chicago Sky. They're no slouch. Even though they got some young talent there, young players, it's young talent. And we have to remember that. So we got to get locked in on defense, man. We definitely got to get locked in on defense like we were before we were going into this Olympic break. I hope this isn't an Olympic slump, but we definitely need to make it a better second half of the season in these next 3 games on the road. Now, A'ja Wilson, our queen, our GOAT, our living legend, the beast of the court, the best player on the planet when it comes to women's basketball, hands down, having a unanimous MVP season. She has been named a recipient for the Don Staley Community Leadership Award, and she's being recognized for everything she does within the Las Vegas community and her leadership throughout the city, the community, the team, the franchise, everything she does. You know, she shows that leadership skills, she shows that leadership ability, and she's definitely a face in this community that we can say we can go to these different events with the Aces, and A'ja Wilson's there. You know, so she's definitely earned this. And again, the way she's playing this season, she's the baddest woman on the planet when it comes to basketball. She is the best. So there's no doubt about that. And if you don't believe, there is no other woman in the W right now with these stats, except for assists, as you can see. And field goal percentage, 3-point percentage as a power forward, she's 11th. That's good. Field goal percentage, she's 11th. That's really good. Free throw percentage, she's 15th. That's super good. Her plus minus ratio, she's number 1. Her points per game, 27. Rebounding per game, 2nd. Nobody has a complete stat sheet like this with the high rankings like she has. At the end of the day, for her, stats alone, A'ja Wilson is killing the game. Period, point blank. And all these graphics are brought to you by X via the Aces X account, as well as other accounts that, of course, put out Aces news. But yeah, just the season she's having overall, she's unstoppable on the court. Nobody's touching her. she's doing what she wants. She's averaging, like Kelsey Plum said a few weeks before the Olympic break, she's averaging 28 a night, and it's just another day at the office for A'ja Wilson. So at the end of the day, man, she's the best player on the planet. There's nobody else out there that can compare. And here are some highlights from the
and the offense has been extraordinary this season.
I'd say pounding is accurate. 35-point win for the Liberty over the Sparks. A 3-point look. Ring it up for one Chelsea Gray. To be determined.
Great to see her, though. We saw her at practice, and she's moving well. She's on her way back.
Oh, she gets her feeling good, but she packed that and brought it for Paris. Diarra Sabally. One of the reasons why we drafted her. She's healthier now. We'll get some more playing time. How about that move? Plum! Body bucket and one for KP. She's got 10.
Rose, look at Plum. Step. The contact, the body.
Breanna Stewart pump fake. Baseline will fade it back against her old friend, A'ja. Liberty come up empty-handed. Ionescu, dead end. Has to give it up. A'ja deflects the pass, off and running. A'ja Wilson lays it in for two. That's a big time for these Aces games, and he's used to seeing stuff like this.
This agility, quickness in the finish at the other end for A'ja Wilson. An Aces team that needs to start getting
distance attempt. Here's Phoebus. A'ja Wilson picks it off again. And lays it in again. Turnovers for touchdowns. Gray hesitation, baseline, cans it.
Tough shot over Phoebus.
Gray trying to go against Ionescu. And finding a corner shot. Kia Stokes knocks it in.
She's always got her shoulders square.
Gray trying to lean in against Phoebus. What a tough shot.
As you can see, it was a game, but New York did what they had to do to not only win this game, but win this game in decent fashion. Final score was, I believe, 82-67, if I'm not mistaken, or 87-62. It's one of the two. And Aces did not show up on defense like they were supposed to in the second half. And we let the game get away from us. It's as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. Here are some highlights of the Sparks game, which we did win, and A'ja Wilson, as he's been doing in every game this season. She won.
Before he left the room, he wanted to acknowledge what great respect and relationship he had with the four Aces who were on that Olympic team.
Yeah, they were in Los Angeles, the loss to the Sky. Yeah, back-to-back for everybody. A'ja, hands up and the takeaway. Saves it, steals it, finish.
Have come out with some intense defense, and it has been led by A'ja Wilson. She said she wanted to come.
I guess she probably knew if things were going well or not, maybe, but not giving you maybe as much advice as Tiffany's mom. Spin in the lane for Wilson. The shot winding down, and she finds enough space to get that one to drop. Inside to Hamby. Sparks wanting to get her more involved, and instead a swat away by Wilson. Wilson to Stevens, high post, sticks it.
12 fast break points. The Aces only have 2.
Yeah, they've been looking to push every opportunity. The drive in the and one. A'ja Wilson on the attack.
They set the ball screen for A'ja Wilson.
Foul on Lee Yeru, her third. Yeah, that was Plum up high. But you're right, after the screen, she pops out. She's maybe an option if they don't go to. And then A'ja Wilson hands up and steal. Now out running. The layup, the cleanup, the and one.
Oh my goodness. A'ja gets the steal, gives it up, but doesn't stop running. Watch this. She's reading it off the glass. The putback gets, and she's done all that in 30 minutes and only 1 foul.
Yeah. And there's a takeaway. Give her another steal.
And she went off. She went crazy. She put up a 30-piece and, of course, a double-double, multiple blocks, couple steals, just doing what she does every single game this season, what she's been doing in her career, just dominating. And now she's dominated so much to where she is the best player on the planet. There's no doubt about it. You cannot deny her. Before we jump into this last commercial or this first commercial break, let me show you this last highlight.
By Gray. Gray loads up and hits it. In a trade with Washington, in part to get depth in the post, because Cheryl Reed talked about how they can get into foul trouble, and that's a great look from A'ja into Hayes. The move. So when A'ja Wilson gets the basketball, watch Jackie Young cut on the backside, finding the open area.
Shot clock winding down. Hayes just in the nick of time.
Hayes guarded by McBride. Plum spots up, nails it. Plum, who played for Cheryl Reeve on the Olympic team, and they have a very interesting relationship. Not being called. Plum's going to check in at the next whistle. Tiffany Hayes, yes. Colson is when Becky calls her number. Nakisa Collier will check in for Minnesota. Beautiful pass to Hayes on the break. Cheryl Reeve calls a timeout. It only takes a spark. Well, Colson in the game has sparked the defense for the Aces. They come and running in this fourth quarter. Buckle up. It's a good one.
Minnesota with a game-and-a-half lead over Vegas in the standings. Clark finishes.
I think she's going to be a big reason why Minnesota could be a championship contender. Wilson to Plum, nice look.
It was a decent try, but unfortunately we lost that game too. But like I said, man, we just got to get out of this slump, get better on defense again, and stay with it for the remainder of the season. A'ja Wilson's just been a beast. Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray. I mean, the whole team is doing what they need to do except on the defensive side, and they've all acknowledged it, and that's the beautiful thing. I've not been able to go to any other post game press conference, guys, so that's why I don't have any footage of that. But of course, you guys see I do have the highlights for you. We're gonna jump into our first commercial break of the night, and when we come back, we've got so much more Vegas news. So buckle up, sit back, relax, don't go nowhere. Tuning in live to the Jersey the King Show live on Fuel Sports Network with your host, Kevin JTK Womble. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the Jersey King Show live on the Fuel Sports Network. And if you haven't already, jump on fuelsportsnetwork.com and check out the website. Of course, you can catch all our audio shows as well as our new news articles, merch, and more. Let's also talk about that Fire Stick and Roku app. Now, if you haven't already, you already know what to do. If you have a Fire Stick right now, if you have a Roku stick, if you have a Amazon TV or a Roku TV, jump on your app store and download Fuel Sports Network. Just search Fuel Sports Network and you can download the Fuel Sports Network app right now. So let's get back into it because we got a lot of news to talk about. Our Lights FC team, their unbeaten streak comes to an end, unfortunately, at 11 games. We were moving, man. We were doing our thing. We were moving. We were getting points every single match in the last 11 games. We weren't looking at the playoffs at all. We were on a 6-game losing streak and going into before this 11-game unbeaten streak, and the playoffs were a far distant future. Now it's a lot closer in our grasp. But unfortunately, we did lose to Hartford 2-1, and it was a hard-fought game. I got to give the guys that. It was definitely a hard-fought game, and regardless of the outcome, they played their hearts out, and they laid it all on the field. They even started off by getting the first goal of the match. So here's that highlight as well.
First 10 minutes. Ngando, long ball. Onside. Let's see. Here's Bennett. He scores. And Corey Bennett in the 11th minute has given Lights a 1-0 lead.
As you see, they definitely had a nice little goal, a little gimme goal, you can call it. But JC Ngandu with the assist to Corey Bennett, that long ball assist down the pitch. And Corey Bennett, of course, does what he does best and finishes. But that was our only goal of the match in the 11th minute, as you've seen. But shout out to the Lights FC club, man, because there's still hope for the playoffs this season. We're going up against Indy 11 this Saturday, August 24th at Cashman. And I think this is a key game, making this playoff push for the remainder of the regular season in the USL Championship League. So I honestly believe that the Lights have a chance to make it far in the playoffs and go deep. We're just getting better and better every game. Unfortunately, we dropped that Hartford game, but we have an opportunity to bounce right back with this Indy 11 game. We're currently in 6th place, dropping 1 spot behind Colorado because of the losses and the tiebreaker right now. So Colorado Springs has moved up to 5th, basically switched spots with Vegas, who sits in 6th. But as you see, we're a game ahead in the amounts of games played, but we're tied in points. So when Colorado Springs plays this weekend, depending on if they win or lose, and of course, depending on if Vegas wins or loses, we may be seeing a switch or a shift in standings again. Even if we get a draw and Colorado Springs loses, we can still be above them in points and move up in the rankings in the Western Conference standings. Now, some more Lights FC news really quick. Don't forget to download the Lights FC app on Google Play or the Apple Store. You can get it now. Has everything you need. Stats, team information, ticket sales, news, the whole nine. It has everything you need and notifications you can turn on so that you don't miss anything from the Lights FC club. Now, recently this week, the Lights have named Sean McIntosh as the new chief executive officer of the team. So now, not only do we have Jose Batista as the owner, the Lights now have a new team CEO in Sean McIntyre, bringing his business experience to the club. And I like this move. From the research I've done on Sean McIntyre, he has a good business mind. He's really, really keen to sports and sports business as well. So I think this is a good move for the club. And I think this is going to keep moving us in the right direction, especially when it comes to acquiring players, and getting those players called up to the MLS. So that's the ultimate goal for some of these players, getting to the MLS, and they have to go through the USL, and we will be, if there is a women's, I'll be doing my research tonight and the rest of this week. If there is a women's USL Super League team, I will keep you guys informed. If there is one coming, I will let you know, and we'll be covering them. I do have to get more information on the Vegas men's pro volleyball team and the league that they're in. And I believe the team is called the Las Vegas Ramblers, and I believe it's the National Men's Volleyball Association. But I will get more information on that as well, guys. So don't you worry. But as far as the Lights go, making this move with Sean McIntosh, I believe is going to be a good business move for the team, especially, like I said, when it comes to acquiring players and that salary. So this is going to be a good move for the club moving forward, especially going into next season, and with the club having an opportunity to go into the playoffs this season with a high seed, high ranking. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll definitely see what happens. And, I'll keep you locked in right here on the Jersey the King Show on Fuel Sports Network. And, we'll make sure to keep you guys up to date with all the latest on the Lights FC Football Club. Now, we're going to jump into another quick commercial break because now we're back on track. And when we come back, we have some Nighthawks news, some Aviators news, as well as some Raiders news, PFL news, and Power Slap news. So you guys sit back, relax. We'll be right back after these messages.
Houston, we've triumphed. I've made it back to Earth with the cargo intact. The game-changing, time-sensitive payload is none other than the revolutionary energy flavor we've all been waiting for. Introducing Merc Mayhem Cherry Limeade. Merc Clan played a crucial role in securing this energy flavor, and together we've unlocked the future of power. Merc Mayhem is not just a drink, it's a statement, a fusion of relentless energy and bold flavor. The secret is out. Merc Mayhem is set to redefine the energy landscape, leaving ordinary drinks in its cosmic dust. Get ready for a taste explosion that matches Merc Clan's unparalleled power. Join the revolution, and let's unleash Merc Mayhem upon the world. Astronaut M signing off.
show. I guess it didn't play what it was supposed to play. Welcome back to the show. For some reason, my computer's acting so weird. But welcome back to the Jersey the King Show live on Fuel Sports Network. I'm your host, Kevin Jersey the King Womble. And before we went to break, I told you I had some Aviators news for you. I had some Nighthawks news as well. And that Nighthawks news is actually a video announcement because our boy Jerome Johnson, quarterback of the Nighthawks, has been named the MVP of the IFL this season. So congratulations to the man, the myth, the legend, JJ, Jerome Johnson. Man, he had a phenomenal year going for 84 touchdowns, 40 on the ground, 44 in the air. Crazy. 44 rushing touchdowns as a quarterback and 44 passing touchdowns. Had a ridiculous year, had a record-breaking year. He went crazy, and he definitely deserved the MVP. So here's a little tribute video to him.
Raider level last week. He went 12 of 15, 152 yards, a couple passing touchdowns, plus 100 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns, and to his third IFL Offensive Player of the Week award.
I guess I could take one too. I don't think I could take much more. It ain't right if I fuck was true. If I looked in the mirror and saw your ass, I probably would hate me too. I go pedal to metal, this cock up fast. She like when I make that room.
Johnson the heave. Oh, what a catch!
Much less than I have right now. On my chest, I'm doubling down. It's too late to look for the exit.
Get the play off. Johnson looks to go deep. Into the corner. It's up. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
Keeping himself.
Running into traffic. Running into his own players. Somehow scored through and into the end zone for the touchdown.
He's some big ass pockets. I probably should get him a salad or something.
The Johnson to the end zone.
I can take much more.
Jerome Johnson to the air. Receiver Wyndham holds it in for the touchdown. My goodness.
That magic trick. Money talk the magic Johnson. I don't see no funds involved, so you can't get attention from me.
Here for Johnson. He's back to pass. That's the throw. It's up and caught. A touchdown for Caleb Holly over Jabari Gorman.
Has to stop just in time to haul this pass in. Johnson, strong under pressure, perfectly puts it over to Wyndham, and you have to say,
something going. I was trying to hit this. I guess I could take one too. I don't think I could take much more. Look in the mirror.
Yard line. Johnson pulls the option, cuts up the middle, and that's his second rushing.
Motion, so it ends up as a 2x2 formation.
Snatch behind the back, snatch calls, pull up for that today,
and then shovels it forward for the first down, and a crazy play results in a touchdown for
quarterback Jerome Johnson.
Thank you guys for coming out this year. Thanks for all the support. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. You see it. Mr. Steez Q, a.k.a. the one and only Quentin Holly, or excuse me, Caleb Holly, made that video from Caleb. That's either Caleb Holly or Quentin Randolph. One of the two. Yes, it's Quentin Randolph. My bad. I'm tripping. Mr. Steez Q is Quentin Randolph. He directed the video for Jerome Johnson, Jeromean Empire. You already know what it is, man. He went crazy, and I was mistaken. It was 45 passing touchdowns and 39 rushing touchdowns. So let me correct myself, as you see in the video. But definitely shout out to Jerome Johnson, man, quarterback for the Nighthawks, our Vegas Nighthawks. IFL members, Indoor Football League, man. If you aren't up on them, you need to get up on them. You see the stats, you see what he was doing, you see the moves he was making. He's just getting better. He's ready for next season already. So I'm excited. I can't wait. But let's get into it, man. Raiders news. The Raiders' latest. Unfortunately, the Raiders lost to the Cowboys 27-12 in the second preseason game. And it kind of hurt for me. I'm watching this game. I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm also covering the Raiders. So I have love for the Raiders team, and I wish them the best. I would love to see them back in the playoffs, back in the Super Bowl contendership picture. But what was disappointing as a Raiders fan was that Dallas played with their second string, and Las Vegas played with their first string and got pummeled. Even when Aiden O'Connell came in the second half in the third quarter, he threw a pick six. And that's kind of what helped seal the deal. But overall, we got to see what's going on with this team. Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell split reps. Of course, that QB battle heating up there. And in my opinion, I think Antonio Pierce naming Gardner Minshew as the starter was a good idea. Gardner Minshew went 10-21 for 95 yards. Aiden O'Connell went 14-20 for 96 yards and 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Now, I'd say that Gardner Minshew is a better fit at the starting position in this first game of the season is because I think that Aiden O'Connell still needs a little bit more tweaking and development. And I think it could take a couple games in this regular season upcoming. But as far as the long run, I don't know if Gardner Minshew is that guy. I don't know. We'll have to see. But like I said, Gardner Minshew wins the starting job for the Raiders. He will be the starting QB going into this upcoming preseason game and the start of the regular season. Now, this upcoming preseason game, the Raiders are taking on the San Francisco 49ers tomorrow night at 7 p.m. If you're not attending the game at Allegiant Stadium, you can watch on NFL Network, Fox 5 Las Vegas. You can stream it on the Raiders app, Raiders.com. You can listen to it the following radio stations: KOMP 92.3 FM and KRLLV 920 AM, and also on Spanish radio at Raiders app and Raiders.com. And it's presented by Sirius XM. And here's a look as well to the upcoming regular season schedule for the 2024-2025 season for the Raiders, starting off with the Chargers on September 8th at the Chargers. So they're going to LA for the first game, then going to Baltimore for the second game, then at home against Carolina. So we're starting the season off with 2 away games, and then 2 home games, and then away home. And as you can see, not until the end of the season do we get back-to-back away and home games. So we're going to see. I'm going to keep you guys posted. You already know on how this season goes for sure. Definitely shout out to the Raiders team going to the season. Let's see how this preseason goes against the 49ers tomorrow. You know, I can't stand them at all. But, anyways, latest on the Vegas Thrill. Vegas Thrill player Hannah Maddox released this statement this week. Cannot be more excited to be returning to Vegas. Not only are we blessed with a wonderful fan base and community, but an extremely supportive sports community that I'm grateful to be a part of. I can't wait to get back to work with my teammates and meet all of our new wonderful additions. Go Thrill. And I am excited for all the additions to the team. I'm excited for this upcoming season with 3 new teams coming to the PVF in the Kansas City, Missouri team, the Indy Ignite team and the team there in Dallas, which is still to be determined nickname-wise. Kansas City and Dallas have not determined their nicknames yet. But when those names get released, I will have the information for you guys. But that's what we got going on with our thrill, man. Like I said, I'm excited to cover them this upcoming season. I'm geared up. I'm ready to go already, and the season doesn't start till January. So you already know. But I'm looking to have some of the players like Hannah Maddox, Berkeley Oblad, and some of the ladies on the show in the future. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to have Jerome Johnson as well, quarterback from the Vegas Nighthawks, on the show as well. Now, moving on to some Desert Dogs news, because our Las Vegas Desert Dogs are doing some things. And just so you guys know, the NLL is a box league, okay? Meaning there's less players, and it's played indoor. So if you don't know what box lacrosse is, basically box lacrosse is indoor lacrosse. That's what the NLL is. So that's where our Vegas Desert Dogs team league, that's the league that we play in. The NLL, the National Lacrosse League, which is a indoor box league, period. There's less players on the field, less transition players, less defensive players, less offensive scorers, and that's just how it is. It's like indoor football compared to outdoor football. So that's what the difference is. But we just made some recent signings, signing 2 transition players in Mustang Sally of Loyola University, and transition player from the University of Duke, Tyler Carpenter. And I did a little research on both of these players, and I can say that I am excited for this team for this upcoming season starting in December for the Desert Dogs. We're acquiring some really good players to add to this team, to what we already have, which was a decent squad looking to build and grow and get better. And that's what they're doing. They're building this team, they're growing this team, and they're getting this team better. And I'm super excited to be covering these teams. I'm super excited to be covering these leagues. I'm super excited to be covering anything of revolving around Vegas sports. So big shout out to the Las Vegas Desert Dogs for signing 2 great transition players in Mustang Sally and Tyler Carpenter. I look forward to seeing what they got to bring to the table. Also, the USA Lacrosse World Championships, the Boxed World Championships, will be held in Utica, New York, September 20th through the 29th. And we have 3 players that have been named to the World Lacrosse Box Championship team: Charlie Bertan, Jack Hanna, and Connor Kirst. Congratulations to all 3 of those gentlemen for representing the Las Vegas Desert Dogs upcoming in September. And I'll keep you guys posted and reminding you guys about this going on, so you can check our local listings of where we'll be able to view it as well. All right, let's jump into our last commercial break of the show. And when we come back, we have some PFL news. We have some more NLL. Actually, before we do that, one last thing. The Vegas Desert Dogs have just recently partnered up with VegasTickets.com to be the official ticket resale partner of the Desert Dogs team, meaning they can resell the tickets for the games. Also, some NLL news. Free agency period has been postponed and is now set to begin August 29th. The league made the announcement, and it is having the start of free agency from Thursday, August 1st to Thursday, August 29th, as a means of clarifying or clarity surrounding this calendar shift. And that's what the move basically was for. So there was a calendar shift and it needed to be announced. There's some things going on behind the scenes that, needs to be taken care of. But when we come back, we got some Aviators news, and we got some UNLV news, PFL news, and Power Slap news So you guys sit back, relax. This is the Jersey the King Show live on Fuel Sports Network. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the Jersey the King Show live on Fuel Sports Network. And the latest in our Aviators news, we're just going to jump right into it. Thank you all for tuning into the show tonight. I greatly appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. You all are amazing people. Thank you for everything that you do to support Fuel and make Fuel who and what we are today and in the future, because I know there's nothing but great things coming to Fuel because of you guys and everything that we're doing as well. So thank you guys, everybody that supports Fuel, everybody that loves Fuel and is a part of Fuel. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. I really do. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be able to have this platform and talk to you guys about sports and the thing that I love the most, sports, which I do love. Now, our Aviators are currently in a 6-3 losing situation in Reno, top of the 8th. The bats have been a little hot tonight, but not hot enough. And in the last night, we got a win 5-2 against Reno in Reno. But Tuesday night, Sunday night, Saturday night, Friday night, we had all losses. And that includes a Tuesday night season or series opener against Reno in Reno, which we lost 1-2. The series finale against Oklahoma City, we lost 6-3. The game before that, we lost 8-5 to Oklahoma City. The game before that, we lost 10-4 against Oklahoma City. The game before that, we actually won 9-2. And before that, that was the game the day of the show last week, which we actually won 9-2. And before that, as you know, if you go back and watch the previous episode of the Jersey the King Show, you'll know that we lost back-to-back games. 13-7, and the day before that on Tuesday, 10-8. But this series, if we can get a couple wins out of the series, it'll keep us in good position. Right now, we're sitting in 5th in the PCL, in the Pacific Coast League, and we're 4th in the West with those losses. So we need some W's to get us back up in the standings, to get us back in the second and third, second in the West and 3rd overall in the Pacific Coast League, heading into the playoffs this remainder of the season. So we've got some work to do. We got to stay diligent, and we've got to continue to get those bats hot like we were doing in those couple, series that we were dominating and only taking 1 or 2 losses in those 5 and 6 game, 4, 5 and 6 game series. So hopefully we can bounce back and get it together, man. But on a higher note, Ryan Noda was named Player of the Week in the past 6 games for the week of August 12th through August 18th. He had 10 hits, 5 doubles, 4 home runs, 5 base on balls, 10 RBIs, had an OPS of 1.798, a slugging percentage of 1.227, and a batting average of 455, going 10 for 22. So congratulations to Ryan Noda on taking home the Player of the Week award for the Aviators in the minor league. And in other Aviators news, September 6th game we got coming up is going to be our Orange Out game at Las Vegas Ballpark. Make sure you're there. Scan that QR code for more information and come dressed as your favorite, in your favorite shade of orange. It's just Orange Out. So come represent, come show some love to the team as well. Now, getting to some other news. Like I said, we're going to start talking about the Running Rebels here on the show. Now, let's jump right into it. The UNLV Running Rebels football team have some players on the watch list. And, man, when I say there are some players on the watch list, there's a lot of daggone players on the watch list. Ricky White III, wide receiver. As you see, he's on the All-American watch list. He is on the Walter Camp Award watch list. He is also on the All-American, or excuse me, I'm sorry, I said that already. The Biletnikoff watch list. And on top of that, he's literally on the watch list for the Senior Bowl or the Shrine Bowl, the Shrine Senior Bowl. And one more award. I don't know why I can't think of the name. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. I'm just looking up I can't see it, guys, for some reason. But he's an All-American, the Walter Camp Award. Not only that, but the Biletnikoff Award as well. I mean, how many more watch lists is this young man going to be on? Like, he's going to be a problem this season for defensive backs in the Mountain West Conference. Like, he's going to be a problem. And being named for the Biletnikoff as well as the Walter Camp already in the preseason is a good look for him, especially going into this upcoming season, which I believe is his junior year or his senior year. It's either his junior or his senior year. The Maxwell Award. Sorry about that, guys. So you're looking at the Maxwell Award, the Biletnikoff Award, the Walter Camp Award, and preseason All-American. Also, you have running back, young man by the name of, I just had this photo up, guys. Bear with me. Jaden Thomas. And he is up for he is on the watch list of the Doak Walter Award. Then you have, there's so many names, guys. There's so many names. Like, when I say there's so many names, I'm getting lost trying to remember where I wrote everything down at. Then you have a Jackson Woodard for the Bronco Nagurski Trophy watch list. You have the big boys, Jalen St. John and Tiger Shanks, also on the Outland Trophy preseason watch list. Tiger Shanks is also on the Ray Guy watch list for the Ray Guy Award. And then you have punter Marshall Nichols on the Ray Guy Award. Excuse me. I'm sorry, that wasn't the Ray Guy Award for Tiger Shanks. I apologize. I misspoke. For Tyler Shanks, that was actually the I am so sorry, guys. I was not fully prepared tonight with everything. But as you guys can see, that's the Outland Trophy, the Lombardi Trophy for those guys, the big guys. And then you have our punter and defensive back as well on the watch list for the preseason. The Paycom Jim Thorpe Award for Cameron Oliver. The Paul Hornung Award for Jacob DeJesus. And as well, Jacob DeJesus is also on the Player of the Year Award watch list. And as you can see, Jackson Woodard, numerous Player Award watch lists. There's just so many, guys. There's so many, as you can see there. We have Senior Bowl watch list players. We even have votes in the preseason top 25 AP. Like there's 5. Look, there's literally 5 votes for UNLV. So shout out to UNLV for coming into the season strong, coming into the season very, very strong. And all these names, as you see here as well, Tony Grimes, Jacob DeJesus, Malik Chavis, Jalen Catalan, Cleo Balangay, Cameron Oliver, Tiger Shanks, Matthew Sluka, Ricky White III, and Jackson Woodard, all on the Shrine Bowl 1000 list as well. So there's a lot going on for UNLV, man. It's going to be an exciting season in college football for UNLV. Now, really quickly, guys, our men's soccer team is in action today, right now. It's going on right now. You can go to the X page to get the link to watch the game. All you got to do is just sign in with either your email or a Google account, and you can watch the game live for free. Right now, they're taking on Tulsa Golden Hurricane. Our ladies, and that's for our men's soccer team. So they are currently in a match right now against Tulsa, and they are currently tied at 0 in a draw. So definitely tune in, guys, to the link on the X the X account to see our men's game. You can also watch the women's game as well on that link. We currently just took a loss today against against Utah Tech. We got our win in our season opener, and beat Southern Utah University. And we took on Utah Tech tonight and actually just dropped that game 3-2. 2 late goals were scored by the Trailblazers to stun the Rebels 3-2. It was 1-1 for a while. The Rebels took a 2-1 lead, and late in the second half, the Trailblazers of Utah Tech got 2 late goals that got them the lead and ultimately the win. So shout out to our Lady Rebels Soccer Club, 1-1 so far in the season, looking to do very well in college football soccer league. Now, just so you guys know, our women and men's soccer teams are still a part of the Western Athletic Conference. So they are not in the Mountain West like our basketball and football teams are and other sports. So I'll get you guys all the information so you guys know which conference all of our sports will be located in. And again, I do care about women's sports. That's the crazy thing that you say that. Budnick, I do really care about women's sports. I talk about the Aces a lot. I cover the Aces. I have my media credentials with the Aces, as you can see my media pass here. But yeah, I cover the Aces, and I'm a big advocate for women's sports. So, real quickly, Power Slap Roll to the Title Season 3 is live on Rumble every Wednesday. You can catch a new episode every Wednesday. They currently have a light heavyweight championship or a lightweight tournament that was going on. But these were the past week 3 results in Season 3 Roll to the Title. This was episode 3. Darren Godfrey went up against Dale Miner, got a knockout. Cesar Gonzalez went up against Luke Simmons. Luke Simmons got the knockout. James Sykman went up against Wes Mena. James coming in with the highest slap score out of the whole competition in either weight class or any weight class, and actually ended up losing on 2 offensive striking fouls, 1 for clubbing and 1 for stepping. Crazy thing is, on the stepping foul, he knocked out Wes Mena, put him to sleep, like literally put him to sleep. That man was knocked. They had to put ice under that man's head and everything. And yeah, he went to sleep, but he ended up. I watch men's soccer as well. I watch all sports, brother, whether it's men or women's sports. Sorry, I'm not. I have no bias whatsoever. I support all sports. Now, like I said, Season 3, Road to the Title. Team Turpin versus Team Trujillo is going on every Wednesday. New episode at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, free on Rumble, and you can watch it every week, man. Every week. As long as the season's out, you can watch it. Also, big announcement from Power Slap, right from Dana White, off of his X account. Check it out.
What's up, everybody? Power Slap is back Thursday, October 24th. For the first time, we're taking Power Slap on the road to Abu Dhabi, UAE, from the Space 42 Arena. In the main event, the Crazy Hawaiian will look to defend his super heavyweight belt against the legend, Dumpling. The Crazy Hawaiian is undefeated 4-0 with 2 knockouts. He faces Dumpling, who is coming off an impressive knockout debut from Power Slap 8 and reminded everybody why he is the greatest of all time, the guy who started it all. Live and free on Rumble from Abu Dhabi, UAE, October 24th. I will see you in Abu Dhabi.
There you go. Power Slap 9 has been announced. The Crazy Hawaiian versus Dumpling is going to be an electrifying match. I really believe so, because both of these guys can knock you out. And they're super heavyweights too. So listen, you guys can bash women's sports all you want. I support all sports. And that's just what it is. Regardless of what you want to say, however you feel, I support all sports, whether it's men or women's sports. I'm an advocate for the growth and the support of women's sports, because at the end of the day, they're doing just as much as we are when it comes to training and the whole nine. So you can believe it or not, we're not. That's a different type. That's a different topic for a whole different show. We're not going to do that here. This is the Jersey the King Show. We're a family show. We talk about sports going on here in Las Vegas, whether it's sporting events, whether it's combat sports. We also talk combat sports on here as well. So that's just what you got. All right. Now, moving on for our final segment of the show. As I was stating to you guys earlier, the PFL Playoffs final card has been announced. It's ready to go. They announced it. It's going down. The ceremonial weigh-ins were done today, and everyone is ready to go. I have Brendan Loughnane against Kai Kamaka, even though I think it's going to be a really, really good fight. My man Magomed Ugmalatov can speak English really good. He's taking on Neiman Gracie, and I think he's going to take on Neiman Gracie in good fashion and beat on Neiman Gracie with no issues. Gabriel Braga's taking on Timur Keishrif, and I think this is going to be a tough match for Braga. I think Keishrif is going to go through Braga with no problem. And then you have Shamil Musaev taking on Murad Ramazanov. I don't know. I think this is going to be, besides the Brendan Loughnane Kai Kamaka fight, I think this is going to be the banger of the night as far as like guys going back and forth with each other and it being a close match. So I really think that Ramazanov has that knockout power, but so does Musaev. So it's going to be interesting to see because their ground game is both good. Their stand-up game is both good when it comes to their matchup against each other. So I just think it's going to be a banger, y'all. I really do. I think it's going to be a banger, and I'm excited. We're going to keep you guys posted and let you know who's in the championships because some have been named already as far as like the heavyweights and other weight classes. So you guys get ready. Get ready. The PFL playoffs are almost at its end tomorrow see it one more time because we got to get up out of here. Tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific is the main card. Early prelims start, I believe, at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you guys get ready for it. We got to get up out of here, man. I want to thank you all for tuning into the show today. I want to thank you all for chiming in the chat. Regardless of what you say, I still love you. I still appreciate you guys tuning in and supporting Fuel Sports Network. Make sure you go and download the Fuel Sports Network channel and app on Roku and Amazon TV and devices. That's Roku TV, Amazon TV, Roku Stick, and Amazon Fire Stick. You can also check out the FuelSportsNetwork.com website. Watch anything that's live on the network, live on the website right there as well. And you can check out our audio shows and our journalist articles from all of our writers here at Fuel Sports Network. I want to thank you guys for tuning in again. I will see you all this Saturday for a new airing of The Gridiron live right here on Fuel Sports Network. But until then, hasta luego, y'all. I love y'all. I holla at y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being the great fans and supporters of Fuel that you are. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night. I will see y'all next week. Peace out.